Hi, welcome to SpacesEDU, an easy-to-use digital documentation and proficiency-based assessment platform for all learners. My name is Daphne, and I'm here today to show you how simple it is to use SpacesEDU to foster collaboration amongst relevant stakeholders, promote personalized learning opportunities, track progress, and celebrate student growth over time. With student QR codes, single sign-on, rostered classes, and web and mobile applications, it's easy for students, teachers, and families to access their dedicated SpacesEDU accounts. Right now, I'm in the collaborative class feed. My students and I can share classroom experiences with families, such as this rope course activity we participated in a few weeks ago. From the class feed, all stakeholders, including my students, can see evidence of learning from across the platform, including posts from all spaces and class activities. I can filter artifacts of learning to particular standards or competencies in development, and comment or provide descriptive feedback to posts using multimedia. This system of tracking maintains the visual evidence of learning and makes it so easy for me to visually track progress over time. With SpacesEDU, teachers can create activities using backward design, tagging outcomes to authentic learning tasks, adding instructions for learning using multimedia, link relevant assessment details like rubrics or examples, and make activities visible to students when they are ready. Students can easily review activities and upload artifacts of learning using the media of their choice, or I can even do it on their behalf with a click of a button. Activities are a great way to support differentiated instructions because they can be assigned to one or multiple students or even the entire class. It can help me easily identify difficulties for particular students, track progress in one place using the proficiency table available within the activities feature. SpacesEDU also has group and individual spaces. Group spaces are where students can collaborate to demonstrate learning, whereas individual spaces are personal portfolios. Teachers can create as many individual spaces, also known as one-to-one portfolios, that are private between the student and their supporting stakeholders. These spaces can be hidden, visible, or active to students and families. Great for differentiation and a variety of use cases, such as IEP documentation. I love the flexibility of these spaces. I can assign spaces to one, several, or all students, and I can also update the visibility setting with one click. For example, this allows me to decide whether I will set the space to be hidden and use it to document my own observations on student progress internally, or make it an active space that engages the related stakeholders, such as an IEP space. To begin tracking IEP documentation, celebrate success, learning, and easily engage a student with self-reflection and growth, I have set up an individual space called IEP that I shared with my co-teachers, our team of specialists, and Jack's family so that all stakeholders can participate in his learning journey. Each space has a header element where I can go and link up to 10 resources, including Jack's IEP, any other relevant resources, current performance, and much more. Going to Jack's IEP space, I can see his awesome final product and celebrate the process of learning over time with all stakeholders. What does post creation look like? Let me show you. I can easily support students with the act of documentation with functions like post on behalf of a student right from my teacher account. As for my students, they can easily log into their account with a QR code and simply upload evidence of learning using multimedia, which includes pictures, videos, audio recordings, and files from their device or cloud-based drives like Google and Microsoft OneDrive. As you can see, each post has unlimited opportunities for reflection and feedback. Now that a post has been created, all stakeholders that are included in this IEP can engage with the learning artifact by reacting with emojis and commenting using multimedia. This is a fantastic way for stakeholders to have visibility into the progress students are making, the goals that are being set, the skills and competencies in development, the feedback they are receiving, and most importantly, the engagement of family members. It also means that students can listen to and or watch the feedback provided, ensuring that learning difficulties are not impacting their ability to celebrate and act on feedback. I think that this post shows tremendous growth. I'm going to bookmark it. I'll let you know what that means later in this video. Remember when I bookmarked that post earlier? I was sending it to the reporting space. The reporting space is a visual report card that can be shared with families at reporting time, at the end of a term, for example, to provide concrete evidence of where each student is at and actionable next steps. The reporting space also includes the opportunity to add a summary statement and areas of learning. Great for formal reporting. Because all stakeholders are tied to my class, all members of the special education team can contribute to the reporting space, including adding their own comments. I really appreciate that report cards do not have to be an event. My students and families are informed about progress well before that final report card goes out, thanks to SpacesEDU, and in this case, thanks to the IEP space that we've created for Jack. Speaking of reporting, let's check out the Global Proficiency Report. As a teacher, it's important for me to easily track my coverage of standards and competencies and to have informed assessment practices for each learner, by most recent or even by average, thanks to this awesome table view report. With one click, I can see the evidence that was tagged for visual review of all artifacts, formative feedback I or my co-teachers have provided, and assessment associated with each competency. Not only can I more efficiently see where there are reteaching opportunities, I can also use this view to guide one-on-one conferencing and make providing updates to the special education team easier than ever. Finally, we all know that communication between home and school is so important, especially in a special education context. Within the Messages tab, teachers can communicate in channels, sending important learning updates and announcements to both students and their families. More so, teachers can send private messages to students and families to keep all information in one place. I personally love sending positive feedback. It can go a long way into helping families see the amazing progress that their child is making on a day-to-day basis. Thank you so much for joining me today for this overview of SpacesEDU and how it can support special education.